Oh, hello there. In this video, I will go through a bunch of facts or things or maybe tips for Windrose that are rather useless. But all of them are interesting, at least I think so. Well, some of them are actually not that useless. Some of them are useful, but only in some particular situations. So for like 90% of the players, they will be useless or useless during like 90% of the game. Let's get started. Number 1. The first one has to do with building. There is a height limit in the game for how high you can build before you lose stability and can't really construct higher. But that limit is in blocks, it's not in distance. And that means that you can reach higher up if you want to build like a super high tall structure and not start on the mountain, because that would also be a solution. If you use larger pieces to construct, well, some type of support inside of your building than if you just use like standard walls or standard foundations or stuff like that. Number 2. And if you do build that very high tower, then there is no need to take the stairs down because you can just jump out. There's no fall damage in the game. This on the useless meter would rank rather high, but at least it can be useful for taking a shortcut down into the mines when you want to mine iron or copper or something like that. You don't have to carefully walk your way down. Number 3. And when speaking about mining, I don't need to tell you that you can construct kind of platforms and lamps inside of the mine to keep it well lit and facilitate your mining, because I am sure a bunch of other guides have already told you that. What I can tell you, that is kind of a useless fact, is that the best way to farm stone is not to farm stone. It's to farm iron or mine iron, because you get a ton of stone byproduct. Well, that is actually rather useful, but it's useless in the sense that it's somewhat useless information in this video, since you will most likely discover it yourself while mining iron. Number 4. This next thing is actually something I think is one of the more useful of my useful facts for Windrose, but it's late game, so I have to give a spoiler warning first. I will show part of the late game areas and some late game mobs, so if you don't want to see that, just skip ahead. There is timestamps below the video, so just jump to the next one. Anyway, there is a tree monster. It's probably not called tree monster, but I don't know what it's called, but if you will know. When you see it, you will know what it is. In the last area we have access to right now. And it might look intimidating, but it's your best friend. Your best friend when it comes to chopping down trees. Just get aggro and walk in between the trees, and it will chop down all the trees for you. And it can just go and collect everything afterwards. Eventually it will die due to falling trees, the damage that the trees does to it. So you don't ever have to really kill it yourself. The only thing you have to watch out for really is other mobs like crocodiles that want to take a bite out of you while you're focused on this tree monster. Since we are at kind of the halfway mark of my list, I think this is a good time to ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of crafting survival games on my channel, mostly let's build videos. So if you want to learn how to build better in crafting survival games, then my channel might be something for you. Let's continue. Number 5. The next one on this list might be the most useless of my kind of useful facts. By the way, let me know in the comment section below the video which one of my useful facts that were the most useless and which one was actually the most useful in your opinion. Well, anyway, back to the topic. You can actually run your ship full speed into the shoreline. There is absolutely no reason to slow down because there is no damage to your ship from doing so. And you can always just spawn it again to kind of turn it around when you're leaving the island. And also, if you're stuck on something with the ship, without having any speed to the ship, you can turn it around, and that usually kind of gets you off whatever you're stuck on. So you can always turn your ship. It drives more like a motorboat actually than a ship. Well, it kind of drives exactly like a motorboat because it doesn't really care about wind direction either. Number 6. By the way, remember that very high tower that we were talking about at the beginning of the video? If you get tired of it and want to tear it all down, don't be afraid to just remove the foundation and make it all come crashing down, because you get refunded of everything. You don't have to start at the top and kind of work your way down. Number 7. By the way, did you know that you can actually press F to see your ship from the outside, from third-person perspective, both when you're sailing and when you're sinking? Not when you're firing, however. You can only fire from kind of first-person perspective. So that's useful for nice screenshots and a nice view while sinking. Number 8. And on the topic of stuff that is useless from a gameplay perspective, but still nice to know or useful to take nice pictures of the game, get a nice view, taking nice screenshots, you can actually hide all of the user interface, and on an English keyboard you do that with the / key. But you might not have an English keyboard, I don't. But you can switch to an English keyboard or keyboard layout in Windows, and then go back into the game, and then you have to press whatever key would have been kind of the / key if it was an English keyboard. And it will work. Hide the user interface, take those nice screenshots. Number 9. I guess everyone wonders what will happen if you sail across the edge, or if there is an edge and beyond it. Well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. If you sail towards the edge, there will be a pop-up message warning you that you will die if you continue. And if you continue, you die. But if you have the passive, too angry to die, you actually resurrect. And if you resurrect, you can spawn your little boat, even though your ship got wrecked. You just keep sailing into the unknown. Now, what's behind the unknown? Well, I was too lazy to kind of go on sailing for that long, so you will have to discover that yourself. Or if you know, you can always write in the comment section below the video. Number 10. By the way, that little boat of yours is actually unsinkable, so if your ship is going down, not due to crossing the map, but from, I don't know, losing a fight, you can always jump into the water, spawn your little boat, jump into that and sail to safety and then teleport home. That was all on my list. Hope you found it at least a bit interesting, even if not so useful. And see you in some other video. Cheers!